we will get going. So welcome everybody. We're so excited. You've been so faithful and we're so grateful to have you here for our week 6 of test prep. This week is our technology support session. So all things tech is what we're here for today. We're not sure our IT guy, who is absolutely wonderful, was hoping to be here today, but it seems he might have gotten hung up with something. So he will either step in during the session or we will do our best to just deal with your any of your tech issues, and anything that we can't answer, we will send his way through a tech ticket. So we're really excited to just get all of the things that kind of stress you out of the way this week. So our agenda, as always, is to review our mission and vision, because that's what pulls us all together. We're going to review our values. We are going to have a real short icebreaker. Then we're going to launch right into our technology support. So our mission and vision.
Ms.
Our
Lashley?
mission. Yes,
Sorry,
ma'am.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No.
you're not sharing your screen. I can't see your presentation.
Oh my goodness. All right, I am so glad that I have a buddy in here. Thank you for letting me know. Can you see it now?
Yes, I see it now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so our mission and vision is to inspire and develop innovative, creative, self-directed learners, one scholar at a time. Our vision is to create a collaborative virtual learning community, inspiring our scholars to appreciate the ways in which arts and sciences nurture a curiosity for lifelong learning, and prepare our scholars to take responsibility for their future success. So my takeaway from that is that our vision is to help you love to learn and to inspire that within your households. So our values are achievement, respect, teamwork, integrity, and communication. Achievement is engaging in and taking charge of your learning. So that means that you are taking ownership of your learning. Doesn't matter what's going on around you. I mean, of course it matters, but at the end of the day, you know that what you learn and what you do with your academics helps set you up for your future, and you take ownership of that. Respect is being respectful in all of your interactions with the entire team involved in your education, which is your parents or whatever family members or friends that are helping support you in your teaching, the faculty, the staff at the school, and any fellow scholars that you interact with. Teamwork is working cooperatively together, again, with that whole team we just talked about. So teamwork makes the dream work. That means that you're being proactive, we're being proactive, we're all there to have the very best happen for you in your academics and in your life. Integrity is following strong ethical principles, values, and academic honesty. Really being honest in front of people and when nobody's looking. Communication. So that, like we talked about a minute ago, was just frequently proactively. And if we were in a classroom right now, I'd say, what does proactive mean? And it means that you're taking the initiative. You're making the decision to be the first to communicate about something you're wondering about or something that you might be concerned about, instead of waiting, something you don't know about, instead of waiting for people to reach out to you. So our icebreaker in the chat box, I'm going to set the timer for 60 seconds. And I would like you or your learning coaches, whoever is on this recording right now, to put all the words that come to mind regarding what you've learned about CAASPP. Just one word, but not, I'm sorry, I misstated that. So not just one word, but all the words that come to mind. It could be testing, it could be secure browser, any words or phrases that come to mind. So on your mark, you've got 60 seconds. Get set. My thumb has to keep up with my on your mark, get set, go. Okay, go in the chat box. Yay, awesome job, you guys. Test, browser, math, exam, testing progress, practice, highlighting tool. I love it. I love the reference to the tools. Standards, very good. Complicated tech. Oh, I'm hoping we can decomplicate it today. Note taking. Oh, I like that. You just spoke my teacher's language. Practice, site, good. Computer, right? Because it's computer-based. ELA, English language arts, score, interface, performance test. Oh my goodness, I feel like my students have become the masters. Practice and staff. Very good, you guys. Awesome job. And those are the bells to the timer. You beat the timer. Thank you so much for taking part in this. And I hope one person put complicated tech. I hope that we can make you feel a little bit more secure today. And I will also stay as long as needed to see if we can work whatever it is that's kind of stressing you out so you feel confident. Okay, so critical mission prep. So in the chat box, if you would answer each of these questions. First, have you confirmed that you have a compatible device for testing? So in the chat box, if you would please name what you remember about compatible devices. What do you need to have on your device in order for it to be compatible? And do you remember which device is not compatible? In the chat box, as fast as you can. I apologize that I look like I'm looking away. I have a second screen up. Right, Chromebooks are not compatible if they're personally purchased. So if you have a Chromebook from school, then you're good to go. What else do you remember about what's compatible? What do you need to have on your computer in order for it to be good to go? The app, excellent, right, the secure browser. What else? Yep. Oh, you guys are on it, CAASPP, but there's two things that actually have to be a part of your computer and working in order to be compatible. Do you remember what those are? I know I'm kind of killing you right now. Yep, internet for sure, Wi-Fi. Also your camera and your microphone. So you need to have a working camera. I was not a good example of that earlier. You need to have a working camera and you need to have a working microphone. And actually my earlier issue was kind of a good example because how it froze was probably directly related to the fact that my network has been having issues. So making sure that you've tested out your network ahead of time is also really important, like you put. Yeah, funny. All right, so checking your devices to make sure you have a working camera and a working microphone, and also making sure that if you have a personally purchased Google Chromebook, you are making sure you've requested a computer from your ST. So for those of you that are here in the classroom, if you have compatible devices for every scholar in your home, would you please put a yes in the chat box? If you don't, put a no. You guys rock. All right, and for those of you that are on the recording, if you would have answered no in the chat box, stop the recording right now. Just push that pause button, open up your email and send your email to your ST right now before you finish the recording. Super, super important because the faster you get that request into your ST and then confirm that she's submitted the request, the faster you're going to get that computer for your scholar. So, you're the only scholar in your household. That makes it easy, huh? All right, so those of you on the recording, hopefully you've stopped the recording. You're just starting it up again. You've sent that text and or email to your ST and you've requested that computer. So for those of you in our session or on the recording that do have compatible devices, next question is, have you downloaded the secure browser on your computer? If you have, in the chat box, say yes. If you haven't, say no. Okay, you guys rock. You are amazing. So everybody in our session has said yes. If you're on the recording and you have not downloaded the secure browser, I have included a job aid here that's a link that will walk you through all the different devices and downloading the secure browser, and also has the links to the CAASPP site where you get those secure browser downloads. And Miss Mead just put that link in the chat box for me. Thank you, she beat me. Yeah, I apologize. I know I'm looking away. I'm actually reading the chat. Okay, so Richard, what I'm speaking of right now is the secure browser that has to be downloaded on your computer in order to take the test. So it's like a special portal, almost like going into a special room, except on the computer, that's monitored and considered a secure proctor site when your scholar is taking the test or you're taking the test. So with that in mind, Richard, do you have that downloaded on your computer? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love it when you guys help each other. So I see Linda saying something. Oh, you do. Okay, awesome. So you do have the secure browser. Richard, for you, just in case you need it, and we'll also be sharing the slides on the resource document at the end of our session. But here's the link to the document that has the walkthroughs for downloading the secure browser. And we're more than happy to stay after session with you to make sure you get that done and that it's working right. For those of you that have the secure browser on your computer, the one thing I would like you to do before we move on is go ahead and find it on your desktop. So minimize the screen, find the computer, I'm sorry, I saw a question in there. So find it on your screen and go ahead and double click on it so that it opens up. And make sure that it actually says that you have access to it. If it says something like denied access, then there's going to be more troubleshooting we need to do. So as soon as you've done that, just either put a thumbs up next to your name in the reactions, or just put a yes in the chat box. Or a good to go or something creative. Yes is getting kind of boring. Okay, Richard, you're more than welcome. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm happy to work with you on it. My email, I'm going to put it in the chat box for you. Great job, all done. Okay, so anybody that runs into trouble, you're welcome to get a hold of me by email. I see a thumbs up from Linda and Lindsay. Absolutely, Richard, no problem. I know three scholars is quite the load to try to get all of that set up on, but this walkthrough is really helpful as well. If you want to try going through the slides or the walkthrough first, and then if you run into trouble, just let me know and I can meet you in a Zoom and we can troubleshoot. Okay, so we were hoping that our IT gentleman would be here. He got hung up, but any tech issues that you encounter, you're more than welcome to shoot me an email and we will figure it out. Either me troubleshooting with you or sending you over to Marco and him having a session with you. Are there any questions that you have about the technology piece? So in the chat box or on the microphone, you're more than welcome to talk. Are there any questions you have about the technology piece? Okay, so at the end of our session, I'm going to be hanging out. So if any of you have any questions, feel free to just hang out with me and we can run through them together. Those of you that are on the recording, I did put my email in the chat box. If you have questions and you want to follow up after watching the recording, please just reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. And when you reach out, if you would just let me know who your supervising teacher is so I can include him or her on the email response, that would be fantastic. Okay, so before we do the exit ticket, I just want to release, so for those of you that already have the secure browser and you say you're all good, if you would do me a favor and click on the exit ticket that I put in the chat box and just fill that out before heading out, that would be wonderful. You are more than welcome to go and feel free to save my email for any questions that pop up as you're getting set up. And then Richard, if you'd like, I'm more than willing to walk through things with you at the end of the session as well. Before we close up the session, I just wanted to circle back for those watching the recording. So those of you that are in the session, you've already gone through this, you've verified that you have the browser, you are totally free to go once that exit ticket is filled out. And I'm so grateful you're here. Thank you so much for coming. It's been so much fun to see all of you each week. And then for those of you watching the recording, I just want to share this document with you really quickly so you can see what I'm talking about. We will be sharing the resource document with you here in the chat box. And this resource that we are going to share on the screen will also be included in the resources on this document. So there is the resource document for everybody where we're putting all our recordings. And sorry, my computer is just a little bit slow. So this is our secure browser walkthrough. All the links are here. It'll take you directly to the website. We also have YouTube videos that are linked so you can watch how it's done. We have complete walkthroughs for both Windows and Mac, as well as iPad on here with screenshots. So, and when you're done downloading the secure browser, a couple of troubleshooting things that I ran into today was that they just didn't know where to look for the secure browser. They thought it was going to be in apps and they didn't realize it was right on the desktop. So when it's all done and finished, it's going to show up right here and look like that. And there's a screenshot you can go back to. So take a look at this document. We're going to also include it on the resources that we just shared. And let me know if you have any questions or need any help. We also have included on these slides the help desk ticket, and that will take you directly to the ability to request help with your personal computer from our IT person. All right, that concludes our recording. I'm going to hang out. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everybody on the recording and everybody left in here. Thank you for coming.